We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be comparing the NECA glow-in-the-dark Stalker figure, which is inspired by this guy right here. We're going to be looking at him also along with it, and all of that is going to be done on today's video. Fellow hobbyists, collectors, and Predator alike, welcome again back to my channel where this is Predator Collectibles and I am your host, Glennon Taylor. We take a look at anything from the Predator franchise, from comic books, statues, prop replicas, even action figures. And on today's video we're definitely going to be looking at the Kenner and NECA of the glow-in-the-dark Stalker figure. And now this is pretty cool because as a child Predator collector I definitely went for all the Kenner and glue micro machines as I could, Kenner being my number one sought after toy. And my favorite toy out of that line from Series 1 in 1994 was the Renegade Predator because it was about the closest we ever came to the original movie figure from 1987. Unfortunately, Kenner did close its doors by its parent company Hasbro in early 2000. This Predator line from Kenner only saw a 2-year run. They are readily available, but it depends upon which figure you're looking for. But I do have most of the Kenner figure line. The only one I think I'm missing is Laser Shot. What's really even cool that even though NECA was inspired by Kenner, Kenner was in fact inspired by Dark Horse Comics, which is why I'm wearing my Dark Horse Comics t-shirt today on this video. And what was inspired by Kenner to make this Stalker figure was the Alien vs. Predator issue number 1 artwork done by Mr. Phil Norwood. Now it's not the cover that is intriguing on the very back cover that inspired this character. You can see everything that Phil Norwood did in fact has inspired this what we call now the Stalker figure. And I just think this is really awesome that where again Dark Horse Comics has inspired all kinds of Alien vs. Predator line and Predator based characters. So that's what we're going to be looking at right now is the Kenner one first, and then we'll move on to the NECA one. The bio helmets is something that I really do enjoy and I've always loved out of the Kenner line because they definitely have pegs to where they can fit onto the figure. And it's always surprising to me that how NECA was not able to capture this part of the Kenner side of the toy manufacturing business. Face sculpt on the Stalker definitely is weird to me. It just reminds me of Krampus from the Netherlands Christmas legend where he definitely has his tongue sticking out. And that's just something that you don't see in a Predator figure nowadays. Now what I really like about this spear launcher is the fact that it just reminds me of just a huge giant plasma caster, except for this is handheld. And this is a very simple design where the spear has been sculpted with an indentation on it. So there's a spring locking mechanism inside the spear launcher. So all I have to do is take a spear, make sure that it's in place, and the locks in place to where there's a lock or trigger holding down that indentation of the spear so it doesn't go anywhere. So when you pull on the trigger, all you have to do is simply just let it go and it fires at any enemy, whether it be an alien or a predator. What I love about this particular figure from Kenner is this is again art inspiring art. So you go from 2-dimensional to a 3D sculpt, and this one, as you can tell, since I had it since I was a child, has a little bit of yellow discoloration from the sunlight because I love the fact that it glowed in the dark, so I try to make it glow as possible. It still glows as of to this day, but I'll show you the glow here in a minute. There's only but 4 points of articulation. You have each leg, each arm, and then the head. That's pretty much it. But you also do get 3 spears going to the gun launcher, which has a trigger in the back. And I do love the accessories this comes with because it does give you that ample opportunity to play with it, to allow it to be shot at an enemy. But you don't see a lot of that in toys nowadays, so that's another thing that I miss as a child, is you don't have that play factor. Now it's just more of a display piece because we're adults. We buy more for nostalgia and definitely buy more for looks as opposed to play value. You have the brown alien tail wrapping around the spike on his right arm, the alien head on his chest, just like it is on the back cover of Alien vs. Predator number 1. And I just love this figure a lot. And the accessories I like as well. The glow effect that I have on the Kenner figure, as I mentioned before, is definitely a lot much more fainter, but the glow is still there, which I'm really happy to see. It's not as bright as I would like to be, but it has been seeing better days since I've had it for so very long. But I really do like that it still glows. The only thing that doesn't glow as much would be the arms and the legs, but the body still glows just as bright as the day I bought it. Now that we've already looked into the Kenner figure line, we're going to be looking into the NECA Stalker Predator right now. Looking at this packaging right off the bat, you know it's NECA, but it's inspired by Kenner, which I really do like a lot. And even the back artwork that's done by Trevor Zammit has the concept artwork for the Stalker Predator action figure as well as the character. And I really do like how NECA gives all the backstories to any or all Predator figures that they give. And it definitely has the backstory for Stalker, indicating that descending from the Night Hunter clan near the southern pole of the Ayucha Prime, Stalker lives in a world of complete darkness. Having developed unparalleled night vision technology, the members of Stalker's clan hunt in coordinated packs over large open areas. Their translucent skin is an environmental adaptation that allows their phosphorescent green blood to shine through, and that glow acts as a location signal in the absence of light. Pack hunting offers a great advantage, for while most creatures in this area are blind, their prey is also much larger than them and thus extremely dangerous to take down alone. Stalker and his clan are very removed from the rest of the planet and thus hunt more for survival than for sport. The Night Hunter clan is one of the few Predator clans that does not possess cloaking technology, as it is of no use in this environment. This figure definitely comes in a Series 16 wave, and on the back of it, per that description, you have the Ghost Predator, Stalker, and the Spike-tailed Predator all Kenner aligned. And I like how NECA gives you one line of Kenner wave, and the next line is movie adaptation, and the next line after that is Kenner inspired or comic book inspired, which I really do like that production release schedule from NECA. That way you're not bombarded with one wave, that's done, then the next wave, that's done, and so on and so forth. So I say let's go ahead and just open up this figure. So looking at the packaging, we have the bio helmet, an accessory hand, the neck gun, and on the back you have, of course, 3 spears holding it all together. So let's go ahead and take out these 3 spears, place them on the side. So you already see there's a tie wrap on the back. Don't need that anymore. So we have them all lined up. I want to take a look at this figure up close. Now what I really also like is the net gun they decided to give the Stalker Hunter, which is the same net gun used in Predator 2 by the City Hunter. And I really do like these details as well. Everything on this net gun, just like it is in Predator 2, is very accurate to the darts, the chambers where the net goes. This is really, really cool. Now if you also notice too, what's holding it is a peg on the back side end of net gun, and that goes onto his left leg. So all you have to do is simply just slide these pegs that mesh up with the left leg, press them into place, and there you go. Now the other accessories being the 3 spears, similar to the Kenner line, you get 3 spears. However, these are the Alien vs. Predator spears. They're retractable, and you get 1 that is opened and 2 closed. Now you will have to take the head off in order to put the 2 spears on his back. But once you're able to get the head off, all you have to simply do is take the closed 2 spears and just simply snap each one of them into place, like so. And you just hear a nice good snap, and it might be a little bit difficult to put the head back on, but once you're able to find a nice good place to put the dreadlocks surrounding the two spears, it shouldn't be that quite difficult to put the head back on. Now the bio helmet is what really tickles my fancy. I really like the paint, the gold, the brown, just that it matches with his armor on his body. But what really strikes me is what's inside the helmet. The plastic that they use, it almost seems as though you can see through it, even though it's translucent just like his horns, and I think the eyes glow as well. I'll have to give that another look at. But inside the helmet, if you'll notice, is all the details and breathing apparatuses that are very similar to what's inside the Wolf Predator helmet from Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Now we never saw inside the Wolf Predator helmet itself, just like we didn't see it in the Jungle Hunter helmet either. But if you look at the Jungle Hunter helmet, there's also inside details and rebreather apparatuses in there as well. And I really do like the fact that NECA decided to put those details into this bio helmet, which gives it even all of our investment that we've done from $15 to $25 into these figures, and this is where our money definitely goes. Now what I absolutely love about NECA is their attention to detail, which is why NECA is synonymous with action figures nowadays. This is definitely up there when it comes to amount of detail and taking what was once a Kenner figure and just putting a crap load more details into this finish. So I can see already that even though it's inspired by Phil Norwood's artwork from Dark Horse Comics, it almost feels to me as if this was also inspired by a Thailand artist known as Naren. Most Predator collectors would know him for his model kits. The backpack definitely has that Naren feel to it, as well as from Alien vs. Predator. So I definitely like that a lot, as well as everything that is accompanying with the spikes. It reminds me almost of an Italian gladiator from Rome. I just love the amount of attention to detail they give in this figure, as well as this character. To the front chest plate you have the xenomorph tongues, you have the cartridges, the alien head. This hunter definitely likes hunting his aliens. You can see the tubes from the xenomorph that he wraps around himself, his chest, the computers. He embraces technology as opposed to his fellow brethren in another part of the planet. I really like this Stalker figure a lot. The NECA figure definitely glows much brighter because, as you've noticed, I just now opened it. It's a brand new figure. Hasn't been out in the sun that long, so it doesn't have that decoloration or anything like it does for the Kenner figure that I have. But it's a much more newer figure, so I can't really compare the one I had for many years versus a brand new figure. But the glow is definitely brighter. I really like this glow on it a lot, and I'm just really happy with how bright it glows compared to the Kenner figure. I know I focus more on the NECA figure than I did the Kenner figure, only because the Kenner figure is more simplified, where you get 5 points of articulation with the head, 2 arms, 2 legs, 5 accessories with 3 spears, a bio helmet, and of course the spear launcher. Where with NECA you get 6 accessories, the bio helmet, an extra hand, net gun, 3 spears. You also get 30 points of articulation with every ball joint, elbow, wrist, knee, back leg, foot. I just really like the NECA figure compared to the Kenner figure. You can't have one without the other, because without Kenner there wouldn't be this Kenner homage figure from NECA. So I do like both. I'm going to keep both. One in my collection to make sure that it's a childhood favorite and memory of mine, and with NECA it's just a much more better thing to look at every amount of detail they put into it, and I really do like that from NECA. I want to thank you guys for sticking around to this video. I do have a question for you, of course. Which one is your favorite Kenner figure? Leave me a comment down below which one you like the most out of your childhood memories, and also which one did you like out of the NECA line as well, out of the Series 16. Did you like the Ghost, Spiketail, or Stalker figure? I also want to thank you for being a subscriber to my channel. If you haven't done so, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I will see you guys next week, and until next time, happy hunting.